Good morning. It's Saturday. I'm in the office. You know what that means. The Saturday Morning Hustle podcast. I work in a competition while they still sleep. We hustle on Saturday and Sunday. We come in early, we stay late, and we do whatever it takes to be successful because the next big thing won't happen Monday through Friday, and getting to that next level is not 9 to 5. Today, we're going to talk about two major keys to success that seem like they are counterintuitive, but when you combine them together is actually a very powerful tool. The two keys are consistency and the ability to change or adapt. They sound like they are different of each other, so let me explain. Number one, the reason that consistency is a huge factor in being successful, whether it's as an individual or as a business, is by setting expectations and meeting expectations. That is being successful. If someone expects a certain type of level of work from you as an individual and you reach that level, they will see you as successful, as a good employee, as a good collaborator. If you are a business and your offer is the best hamburger in town or the fastest service or the best price, and you deliver it consistently, not one time, not every other time, not only on days that end in Y, but every single time that someone comes in to your business, has a transaction with you, does business with you, if the thing that brought them there, your differentiation, the reason that they do business with you, if you meet that expectation every time, consistency, they're going to come back because they know what to expect. But here's where adaptability and change comes in. What consumers want, and what your boss wants as well, if you're an individual, but in business, what your audience, what your clients, what your customers, what your consumers want is they want that consistency. They want you to meet their expectations. They want to know what to get from you and know what value you're giving them in the transaction. When I come into your store, when I come to your website to buy the thing, I want the thing to be as expected, plus a little extra. And it could be very pleasant customer service. It could be bonus material. It could be that you give them insights into how to use the product or service even more effectively. Whatever it is, if you give someone 100% of what they want, and then a little more, which is often called value added, then you have met an expectation and exceeded it. You have improved the relationship. So, how can you be consistent and change? How do you adapt and change? How do you be consistent in your change? By consistently improving. Improvement or self-growth or organizational growth is consistent change. Now, change is so important in any path to success because you don't want to be stagnant. If you're not changing, if you're not growing, if you're not developing new and better ways to do things, you're at the very least sitting still or becoming stagnant. Stagnant water fouls. Or you're sliding backwards, you're going in the wrong direction. You always want to be improving or going in the right direction, growing, changing in better ways that help you beat the expectations you have set for your audience. So again, whether that audience is a coworker or boss, whether that audience is the consumer or client of your product or service, if you can meet the expectation consistently and continually change in better ways or improve, then you have the opportunity to cement your business relationship, to further that relationship, to do better every time. Although at some point you will raise the bar of expectations. So whatever was 100% last week that you gave 105 and 110% for because you value added, because you went above and beyond the expectation, because you improved, at some point that will become the baseline. That will become the 100% mark. And you have to do more to do 105, 110, 125% because you will have set a new expectation. But that is okay as well, because now you're continually improving yourself. You are successful at a certain level. There are always people that are less successful than you, then they're at a lower level of success. And there'll always be someone who is higher than you, unless you're the richest person on the planet. There's someone who is succeeding more than you, which is perfectly fine. I'm not saying this to be discouraging to you. In fact, I'm letting you have some perspective as to how you can be 100% successful this week, deliver on expectations, meet the expectations that you've set, do what you said you were going to do, and go above and beyond. Take those expectations to 110% and still raise that bar and have different expectations, better expectations, improved expectations next week and the week after that and the week after that and the week after that. You can continually do this because somewhere in that spectrum, you're at a level of success for yourself, for your business, within your industry, within the scope of what you're trying to achieve. You could be a level 1 or level 5,000, somewhere in between. There's always room to move up. No matter where you are, no matter how successful you're being, even if you slide back, if you go from level 50 to level 20, you can move back to 50 and above and beyond by consistently changing or growing. That's improving. Continual improvement is consistent change for the better. Consumers, audience, your boss, anyone you have a transaction with want for you to meet their expectations and then exceed them. They want to see you do better. They want for you to add value to the transaction. That's why that's called value added, and be consistent. So at the very least, meet the minimums, meet the expectations, be consistent in what they expect from you. At the very least, the person in the part of the transaction is going to be happy you've met the expectation. Then doing more value add makes them loyal and more likely to return. That makes it a sustainable relationship. Thus, once you become going from transactional to sustainable, and then from sustainable to something you plan on or even bank on because of your consistency and because your continual improvement in the delivery, continual adding value, continual betterment of yourself, you are absolutely climbing those rungs, those levels of success. You're being more successful every time, and you're developing relationships that you can depend upon. It makes it easier to get to each next level of success because your base that you're working on is so solid. And if you have a lifelong learning attitude, if you have a continual improvement attitude, if you are continually trying to improve yourself, improve your situation, always trying to give 110%, always trying to surpass expectations consistently, and you're willing to change as necessary in order to do more or to improve, if you continually do that, you will improve and you will deliver extra value to your transactional partners. Now, the reason that there are elements of adaptability and change within the idea of improvement is that it's different for every person in every situation. Every business is different. Every personal growth pattern is different too. There are different things you need to adapt and adjust and change on the regular basis in order to improve. Sometimes it's adding skills. Sometimes it's refining skills. Sometimes it's doing something that you haven't been able to do previously, or do what you do just at a higher level. And often it is based on what the expectations are of your audience, not you. Now, there are things that you could say, this makes sense. If I was the consumer, the golden rule, right? Put yourself in their shoes. How would I feel if someone treated me this way? And if you treat someone with value added, you have a likelihood of that being successful. But if you're listening to your audience, if you're letting your audience drive the changes that they want, what extra features, what additions, what things that they're looking for above the expectation of what you're already delivering them, what's the 110% mark? If your audience tells you and then you reach it, the likelihood of you having a continual business relationship with them that's highly successful is easy. So pay attention to your audience. Be open to adjusting, adopting, adapting, to doing more, to doing different, even if it's uncomfortable for you, if that's what the audience wants and ultimately will expect. If you you go the opposite route, you don't adjust, you don't adapt, if you don't change, if you don't improve, someone else will. Someone else will come along and offer the thing that your audience is looking for that you're not giving them, and they will go there for their transaction. So continual improvement, continual adjustment, adaptation, change has to be within your game plan. It has to be part of your strategy. It has to be part of your plan. You have to be always looking to deliver upon expectations consistently, give the people what they're expecting the way they expect it. They'll be happy. Then continually improving, giving 110%, giving more, having value added transactions so that they will look to you as a new level of success, as setting a new bar, as creating a new expectation. If you could continually do that process, you will continually improve, you will continue to raise the levels of success, and you will bring that audience along with you. If you don't, if you want to do what you do consistently, stay still, I said earlier that without change, without growth, you're stagnant or backsliding, you will go stagnant in those business relationships, or you will backslide, you will be surpassed by others. So the ultimate idea of how to be successful, right, is to continually do better, to continually rise in the success, and be able to keep the base that you've built, not leaving that audience, but improving, adding to, bringing other people to that audience. And you do that through continual improvement. You do it through consistent delivery to begin with, set and meet expectations. Everyone knows what it means to do business with you or to hire you as an employee, and then give above and beyond that 110%, that value add, which makes them want to engage you more and do business with you again, keep you employed, etc., and continually raise that bar and then bring everyone with you. That also includes everyone else you work with, whether you're the boss and you own the business, whether you're an employee, whether you're an independent contractor, whether you're the single individual, if you're an artist who paints a painting and wants to sell something directly to someone, you still need to prove the people around you. You do that by continually driving them to be more successful through improvement, through growth, through continual process. So consistent, always doing it. You can't prove one time. You can't improve this month and not improve or do better or value add for the rest of the year. You have to do more. But you don't have to improve every single day, and every situation is different. But a mindset of finding ways to improve yourself and finding ways to make the adjustments necessary to do business better, to meet and beat the expectations, to provide 110%, to provide more value than is expected. If that is your attitude, if that's your approach, if that's your strategy, you will improve your relationship with the people that you're doing business with, and you can improve others within your business, within your organization or organizations you do business with, by continually driving them to also have this attitude of continual learning, of always trying to improve themselves in order to keep their level of success on par with your rising level of success. That's what champions do. That's what leaders do. When you talk about leadership, how are you leading someone to their own success through your success? By showing them how you're achieving your success, by letting them understand how they can apply that to their path to success, and by surrounding yourself by people who need to do the same, who have the attitude of continual learning, continual improvement, who understand you need to meet and beat expectations consistently. It's the only way to meet an expectation is to be consistent about it. Again, if you go to a place 3 times a month and it's great the first 2 times and terrible the 3rd time, what are you left with? The impression is that it's fallen off. It's not as good. I can tell you the last 2 restaurants I went to eat at, one a place you go quickly and one place you go in and spend some time. Both of them have consistently felt less every time I've gone in, to a point now where I want to tell myself not to go back. That's the opposite of what you want to achieve. So make yourself better, improve yourself, continual attitude of improvement, lifelong learning, continual levels of success. Every time you reach a level of success, raise the bar again. Create the new expectation, deliver on it consistently as you develop the skills or the techniques or the collaborators or the technology or whatever it is to raise that expectation. If you're always moving forward, you're not moving backwards. So right now, as you think about how to do that, think about how you do business with other people. The businesses that you appreciate how they do things are doing this. They're giving you value at the least expectation on a consistent level and then trying to raise the bar. These are people that you go back to doing business with consistently. Go back to the places you repeat your business are places that meet or beat the expectations that are set by you. So you can do the same in the process and create appreciation for you, for your process, for your business, for the people involved in always giving value added and improving and providing more even before they ask for it, but absolutely providing it when they do ask for it. Because when your audience is asking for it, you must pay attention. If you provide it because it's being asked for, you'll meet the demand. You will then above and beyond, go beyond expectations and grow, change, or expand, improve your business opportunities with them in the future. So there you go, folks. Always be meeting expectations consistently. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the base. Be looking for ways to value add, which is improving, which is growing or adding to what it is you're already doing. Consistently deliver, improve, value add, creates appreciation, which gains different levels of success without losing any base of that success. You can do that. Trust me, apply this attitude of lifelong learning, lifelong improvement, of consistent delivery, and looking for opportunities to change in a improvement scenario, and you will do just that. You will be successful. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Saturday Morning Hustle podcast. I appreciate it so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on whatever platform you prefer. Leave a comment, leave a review, share with a friend. I would appreciate that very much. Make sure to get your Saturday Morning Hustle Entrepreneur F and the coffee and donuts swag in the Saturday Morning Hustle swag store as well. Links are on all of the social media. Make sure you're following us on social media, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and the Facebook fan page. So you might like the podcast, but you've never met me in life. You still can be a fan of the Facebook page. I appreciate it so much. Don't miss any episodes of the Professional Balance bonus series as well. Next Monday will be the last Monday of the month. I'll be putting a new episode up. So check the current episode out now this weekend before that comes up on Monday. Check out that new episode on Monday. If you hit the subscribe button on your favorite platform, you will be informed when those new episodes come up. It is Saturday. We are in the office together because we are out hustling the competition. We know what it takes to be successful. And all past episodes and all social media are at SaturdayMorningHustle.com. Swag's there as well. So check that out. Appreciate it very much. Keep delivering on expectations with consistency. Keep improving and value adding. And I'll see you next week.
Saturday Morning Hustle. Saturday Morning Hustle. Saturday Morning Hustle. Wake up and keep chasing your dreams.